What do you think about that marching band? It's pretty good, huh? I went to Cal and our football team is terrible, but the band is really good, so I like these band things. Anyway, I'm pleased to see you here. I wish we had a few more of you here, but I'm really glad you're all here tonight. My name is Diana Prola. I'm the president of the school board, and we have a couple of special guests here this evening. Vice Mayor Thomas, I believe, is here somewhere. But, Council Member Karina Lopez, I'm not sure if she's here yet, but she's coming. And former Council Member Jim Prola. Also from our teachers union, there's a number of teachers here, but also the president of our teachers union, John Scher. And Vice President Anita Waldron. And I haven't seen her yet, but somebody told me that our SLED president, Morgan McRose, is here. Is she here someplace? Well, anyway, she's on her way. So, whatever. We have a lot of things to celebrate in our school this year, in our schools. Our enrollment is up, with residents bringing their kids back from private schools because they hear the good things that we're doing and about the innovations in San Leandro. Our test scores are improving, which is great. Our innovative programs are being implemented at all grade levels from kindergarten through high school. We've built new buildings, we've upgraded older buildings, we've redone all of the sports facilities and playgrounds with the help of the voters of San Leandro, and the list goes on. This evening is a celebration of the schools, of our teachers, of our administrators, and especially of our students. I want to welcome you to celebrate with us. Thank you for coming.
In San Leandro, we are committed to building a culture of excellence that will challenge and support our students each and every day.
One of the big benefits is that kids from different cultures who might not be in the same classroom get to interact with each other and learn about each other's cultures.
A typical day in our classroom, we focus a lot on scaffolding language throughout the day, throughout every single content that we teach. We always have to have that piece of how are we going to introduce this to children to make it comprehensible to all of them.
The goal of the program is to have students become bilingual and biliterate by the end of 5th grade.
Another goal is for students to develop their appreciation of cross-cultural multilingualism.
And we do that through definitely content, but also sharing their personal stories and working with children who they might not usually get to outside of the classroom.
So another benefit of the program is that it allows students to be role models to each other. Spanish-speaking students can assist and help the English-speaking students, as well as the English-speaking students can assist the Spanish-speaking students when that need arises.
Here at John Muir Middle School, our goal is to have students experience at least one project-based learning unit this year. And we see the value in project-based learning as students are able to collaborate around a question that interests them. It lets them be creative and do the critical thinking around that question.
The project that we did in class, a book of letters and advice, students worked in groups to create the person that they were writing to for advice. They also worked together to create letters and answers.
With innovative teaching strategies, personalized real-world learning, and opportunities to engage with our community. As a district, we keep the students at the forefront with every decision we make.
This year, it's been a fun experience in the library because we've been able to really work on project-based learning and integrating both parts, both library and with the teachers. For instance, I was able to come into Ms. Ross's class during this chapbook project and work with the students on bibliographies and work with the students on book cover design. We're really excited here as a district and at MUIR. We're modernizing our libraries, and what that looks like is that we're going to have different seating arrangements, we're going to have different access to printing, to 3D printing, we're going to have access to augmented reality, we're going to have, the students are going to have access, the teachers will also have access, and we will be able to enhance the project-based learning.
In traditional learning, students sometimes may want to get an A, and that might be motivating. But in project-based learning, it's the curriculum that is motivating them.
They are finding more increased motivation from students, more robust learning, deeper learning. They're finding students having more voice and choice, and I think that is allowing the teachers to really develop projects that help them get back to what they love, teaching and learning for the sake of teaching and learning.
So all of our freshmen now take a 1 semester long college and career seminar, which uses the Get Focused, Stay Focused curriculum, trying to get students focused on what kind of a career they want so that they can use their high school and college and beyond high school and college training experience to get to where they want to be.
So to help them understand who they are, they do personality tests and they take surveys about their interests and their skills, and they look at lists of skills and they figure out what they're good at, and they think about all the things they do in a day and how those translate into job skills. Then they look at lifestyle choices and what kind of lifestyle they want, and the goal is to increase their financial literacy by teaching them how to make budgets and understand the cost of things and figure out what they want in life, what's really important to them. So the third part of the course is figuring out how they get to be that thing. So if they want to be a doctor, what does it take? How many years of training does it take? What do they have to do in high school that'll help them get there?
At Leandro High, my favorite activity that we've done so far was the budgeting, and we learned about how we're going to live our life in the next 40 years. In the college and career class, I learned that I really wanted to major in nursing, because in middle school I didn't know what I wanted to do, but coming to Leandro High and they offer the class, I know a lot more of the different majors. I came to the school as a new student, so when I came here, everyone had open arms. They were very loving, and it was like I already had a family and friends here.
We have so much here to be proud of and so much more work to do. Our strategic action plan will guide us over the next 3 years with aligned goals, all aimed at building a culture of excellence throughout the community. Our district is a very special place, and I am honored to be your leader as we go through this exciting new journey.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to this event with us. I'd like to introduce our district leader. He's quite accomplished, yet humble. He comes from a long line of educators, superintendents to be exact. Many have had the opportunity to get to know him well during his 4-year tenure with our district. He will share our accomplishments with you, but I wanted to give you a preview. Under his leadership, we are providing free testing for all 10th and 11th grade students for the PSAT and the SAT test. This is important because every student now has the opportunity to have access to the test for college review. This is now done during our school year in the English classes. He is a huge proponent of student access for all students. I could go on, but I will give him the stage. Without further ado, I introduce to you Dr. Michael McLaughlin, our superintendent. Please help me give him a round of applause.
Well, thank you, Monique, and thank you, Diane, for your wonderful introduction. Wasn't that a great video? You see all this stuff going on? We are using our technology. I want to start by thanking Dr. Musetti and her whole team and everybody that was behind the video production, and all our teachers that played great actresses and actors. I know it was a long day. What do you think about our marching band? Phenomenal? The marching band's been a dream of ours since I came to this district. We cannot have a high school with 2,500 plus students and not have a fantastic marching band out there at Burrell Field. So I applaud the Dr. Richardsons for helping me out in searching for a marching band teacher, and we are excited for Jared to keep going with us. And you will be hearing from me to fundraise to get band uniforms, okay? These young students are working very hard to make us proud of them. We need to give them the uniforms to look sharp while they're in our Cherry Festival parade and when they're marching around. So again, let's give them one big round of applause. They were wonderful. So as you notice, we changed the state of the district to the fall because it just seemed like every spring we came up against a warrior event. Well, it happened again. So we will keep searching for a date that doesn't run up against a famous warrior event, but if they keep winning, that'll be tough. So welcome to the 2017-2018 State of the District presentation. Tonight, I will start by highlighting key areas of progress in the district since 2013. I will then unveil our 2017 to 2020 Strategic Action Plan. After we're done unveiling the new Strategic Action Plan, we will invite all of you to stick around and have some refreshments and treats. So let's begin. To have a good strategic action plan that's very focused, you have to start out with your school board and make sure that everybody's on the same page. I am proud of my board members because in the last 4 years, even though some of them have changed, they have come on board and stayed focused on students and focused on the strategic action plan that's in front of us, and that's why you're seeing successes. So I want to start this evening by recognizing my 7 school board members. If they could please stand up and be recognized. So let's begin with the highlights since 2013. We start with the state-of-the-art technology infrastructure. This is something you've heard me talk about over and over and over. And I feel very passionate about this action that we did because our students are going into a world that will demand technology skills. And if you do not have the infrastructure in place in our schools, it's just impossible. And I'm proud to say that since 2013, we not only probably have the top 4 fastest districts in California, but probably the top 10 in the United States. So a big round of applause for the community helping us with that. The fiber loop would not have, connecting to the fiber loop would not have happened without strong partnerships with our city of San Leandro, OSI Soft, and the state of California for going through with a bond. We also adopted a blending learning suite to go along with that technology infrastructure so we could provide differentiated learning in every classroom. We also adopted a K-12 mathematics curriculum. And again, I will say K-12 mathematics curriculum, not a separate curriculum for middle school or for high school or for elementary, something that is progressive and will follow the child all the way through. We created and implemented a world-class professional development program. Thanks to our teaching and learning department, which is headed by Dr. Musetti, I can tell you that when our teachers and our classified staff have training at this district, it is top notch. It's not just show up in the gymnasium and do this. It is like going to a high-level conference, and our teachers feel valued when they attend like the professionals that they should be treated as. So congratulations to the teaching and learning department for continually pushing that envelope. Snell Patel, where are you? Her whole team, they all do a fantastic job. Along with our support staff who provides wonderful food. We also wanted to concentrate since 2013 on equitable actions. Again, equitable actions. One of the big things that was mentioned earlier by Monique Tate was we decided to start making sure that all sophomores and juniors get access to the PSAT. That is huge. You do not learn about where your possibilities could go to in college if you do not take that test. And sometimes we have those walls put up there because there's a cost attached to it. We don't do that anymore in San Leandro. Every child has the opportunity for, as a sophomore and junior, to take the PSAT, and we now offer the SAT for free. We were then able to launch our two-way bilingual immersion Spanish program at Washington. And if you have not had a chance to go see that in person, it is a pleasure to see young students in kindergarten speaking nothing but Spanish. I try to stay far from there because then they ask me to speak in Spanish, and I think things stop at hola. You know, so I got to learn a little more, then that way I can spend a little more time in that kindergarten class, but it's fantastic. We expanded our visual performing arts programs, especially in the middle schools, by offering choir back and musical arts. We created and implemented after-school enrichment programs at all of our elementary schools. One of the big accomplishments that we were proud of to do immediately was we reopened and expanded all our libraries back to being full service. We prioritized employee compensation to retain and attract high-quality teachers and support staff. We cannot have programs throughout San Leandro Unified School District if we don't show our employees that we value them and they come to work without worrying about how they're going to pay their bills and where they're going to live. So we feel very proud of the fact that we're pushing the envelope. It's tough at times, but we're out there trying to do it. So good job. We also started centralized enrollment to try to make sure we can really get as many students in as possible, make it streamlined. We've had some bumps along the way, but every year it gets smoother, and I really want to put my hat out to the Student Services Department if you're out there. You guys work hard. Good job. You guys are working late hours. And then we're also very proud of that we completed all of our bond projects from the previous bonds throughout the district. We improved internal and external communication channels. When we first got here, there was half of the schools did not have websites. There really wasn't a communication plan, and we implemented all those things to get those infrastructures in place. Now, we'll talk a little more in the presentation how we need to improve in those areas, but at least we got the ball rolling. We improved student performance on the new accountability measures. Some of you may have remembered that we had the State of California School Superintendent Tom Torlakson come here and recognize San Leandro Unified School District for their accomplishments. So good job on that, because we are making double-digit gains in certain areas. We also had positive achievement on the California dashboard. We improved our ranking in the county for students furthest from the opportunity in 2016. Out of 16 school districts in Alameda, we are number 6. So that's a huge improvement. This is water. Anybody knows me, I have tons of bottled waters on my desk. I'm always talking. All of these items that I've listed before you, accomplishments, successes, are the reason why we're seeing increased enrollment. When you talk about increased enrollment in a school district in the Bay Area, a lot of people will like to say, well, you're bringing in kids from outside your district. This is not true. The majority of our increased enrollment are San Leandrins. They guess what, we're going to private schools or other schools, districts around us, and they are seeing what we're doing for them, and they are coming back. So we are proud of that, and it's everybody involved helped us to do that the last 4 years. So we've accomplished a lot. Give yourself a hand, all my employees, for doing such a good job the first 4 years. Now it's time to unveil our next 3 years, our strategic action plan, which we've labeled Building a Culture of Excellence. Goal 1, teach, learn, and achieve. You'll see with this first goal and the second goal, the Board of Trustees wanted to make sure we had 2 goals that were student-focused action goals. And you will see when I line this up that they align right with that. The 3 areas of focus are standards-aligned instruction and assessment, responsive, engaging pedagogy, personalized and real-world learning. This is how we're going to accomplish those goals. We're going to continue our system of project-based learning initiatives. We're going to integrate academic and behavior intervention programs. We have students where not everything fits in the right box. We need to expand and look at how we address every child in our district and make sure they're just not just one size fits all. We're going to build a robust assess system to make sure we know how we're doing. We're going to create and implement K-12 STEAM programs throughout the district. We're going to continue to emphasize on technology integration into daily teaching and learning. Promethean Boards have landed in the high school. Every classroom has received them, and they will go in every classroom throughout the district. This is not a luxury. This is a tool of the trades for today's classroom. If you're going to flip the classroom and work with today's students, you need these tools. So it's not a fancy flat screen to watch ESPN during the day or watch movies. It is a tool that our teachers are excited to use, and we're trying to support them and making sure they use every piece of that Promethean board. Goal 2, equity and inclusion through college and career readiness. This is our second student-focused action goal. The 3 focused areas are college connections, career exploration, socio-emotional development. And here's how we're going to accomplish those. We're going to continue to build a college-going culture in all of our schools. possibly going to USC or Cal. Yeah. I don't know what happened, but Dr. Massetti put USC first. I must have done something right. But I can tell you this, if you ever hear out there that our students don't go off to colleges, you need to attend our San Leandro Scholarship Evening, where you see these kids receiving dollars going to a variety of different colleges, not only in California, but throughout the United States. Attend one of our graduations where you see the kids proudly displaying the colleges they're going to on their hats and on their gowns. We have a tremendous high school, and they're sending kids off to great futures. We're going to, parent education, let me see, where am I at here? The parent education, post-secondary options, college and career, we need to make sure we're educating our parents and our community on how they can assist their students and their children on how they can get off to college. We're going to create a San Leandro Unified School District graduate profile. What should a graduate look like at San Leandro Unified School District? That's going to be discussed and created over the next 3 years. You're going to know as a parent, this is what my child should look like when they leave San Leandro Unified School District. We'll have full implementation of the career pathways and work-based learning for the class of 2021 and beyond. We're going to expand alternative education and career technical education. And like I said before, one size does not fit all. We're trying to make sure that San Leandro Unified has a space for everybody, whether it's in elementary, middle, or high school. We're going to scale our two-way bilingual immersion programs to secondary grades and other languages besides Spanish. This is just the beginning, folks. We're going to really try to do this well, and then we're going to see how do we scale it up. We're excited about the work for these first two goals because that is what we're here for, to educate students and to be successful in an ever-changing world. Next is goal 3, collaborative and engaged district culture. For us to be successful, it's not just about the students. We need to make sure that our employees that work for us are happy to be here and want to do the job that they were hired for. The 3 areas of focus we have are employee relations, employee development, and effective communication. Here's how we will accomplish those. We're going to have best practices in human resource management. We need to improve on how we address the needs of all of our employees so they feel comfortable when a situation arises or when they're ready to retire or they're ready to have a child or anything comes up. We need to make sure that we are on top of it and we're helping to support them. We need to improve our employee onboarding with teachers, support staff, administrators. When you get hired here, we want from the very beginning when you get hired to feel like you are part of a family and you are going to be supported as you go through here. We are working on those structures, and we're also working with our substitute teachers and our substitute support staff. So even though you're here maybe for one day, you're going to know how we roll in San Leandro, and we're going to make sure we support you. We are also going to implement employee feedback. We want to know how we're doing. This is something we have not done well with the last 4 years. We talk a lot about the successes and things we're doing, but we're not asking a lot about how can we get better? What are we doing wrong? We're going to change that. There'll be a survey on our website, a tab where good things and bad things, we want to know how we're doing so we can continually improve. We're going to work hard on employee wellness and appreciation. As a district, we want to make sure that we're supporting healthy lifestyles, better working conditions, and that we continue to show our appreciation for the work all of our employees do to support the children of San Leandro. We cannot accomplish any of the first 3 goals without our next goal, goal 4, family and community engagement. Our focus areas are bridging home and school, connecting schools and community. To do this, we need to improve, as I mentioned earlier, improve on our internal and external communications. In our last strategic plan, we put some of the infrastructure in place, websites, we started going to social media, Aries Loop, etc. But we truly recognize that we must improve in this area and be more consistent. And I emphasize the last piece, be more consistent, because at times I think we really shine, but then we miss the ball. So we will get better on that. We recognize that we have many different cultures and languages throughout the district. So we will improve our translation services to ensure that all of our families can communicate with us and we can communicate with them. We will continue to foster partnerships with our local government, businesses, and foundations. We must ensure that our emergency response and operations are watertight. We are not confident in that right now. Your kids are safe at school. We've done a lot of things to improve the facilities to make sure they're safe. We are going to work hard on making sure our policies and procedures and how we deal with daily issues to make sure your kids are safe are tight and on board, and we're going to keep updating them on a yearly basis to make sure everybody is safe. We will also create and implement civic readiness and engagement programs for all K-12 students. Our world, as you've seen over the last year, has become a challenging environment, and our students must have the skills to be productive, positive citizens in the future. Lastly, with the passage of Measure J1, we will also continue our focus on Goal 5, which is facilities and technology. Those of you that have followed the strategic action process have noticed that the first strategic action plan had technology as its own bullet. I can't tell you how proud I am to say that that doesn't have to be a standalone because we've accomplished that goal. Now our goal is just to continue with that. So our two focus areas for this goal are transformational improvements and strategic maintenance. We will continue to complete the modernization of all libraries in the district. The elementary and middle schools will be completed this year. They're going to be wonderful places to learn. They're stepping away from the traditional library and making them more interactive spaces with some STEAM rooms and all kinds of projects for them to explore. We will be refreshing our technology cycles. What this means is it is crucial that we continue to optimize our state-of-the-art technology programs with up-to-date devices and infrastructure. So many districts will get hot on technology and buy the devices and then not put any money aside. And as they start deteriorating, things go south. That will not happen in San Luis Unified School District. We will have funds we'll put aside and do a refresh cycle every 3 years. Hvac will be installed in all school sites where the need is. To accomplish this, we must first address the electrical needs for all school sites to ensure that they can handle the increased power load that the HVAC will demand. So, air conditioning is the #1 priority, but it will take some time. Okay, I know when you say HVAC in a bond, they're supposed to just land and be popped in windows. That will not happen. We need to make sure we have just finished an electrical survey to see what we need to do at each school. We will start addressing those soon, and you will see HVAC start to be popped in. So at this point, I'm asking everybody, we all just need to stay cool until it happens. Get that? I didn't get that. It didn't work when I wrote it down either. I don't know what happened. Sheesh, I'll keep my day job. Portable replacement. We currently have identified portables that are in need of being replaced throughout the district. Our goal is to replace all portables with modular buildings instead. This project will also take time, and we will be competing with a high demand of construction in the Bay Area. So although we will have plans and we are trying to attack these as quick as possible, those of you that have read the papers and are watching the news, there will be a high need for contractors throughout the Bay to build homes and other businesses. So we will be pushing as quick as possible because we want to get these done for our children. Well, that is our strategic action plan. We hope that you recognize that the emphasis with this plan was to improve on the initiatives that we put in place during the first strategic action plan. Our goal when we built this was get better with what we put in the first strategic plan. Let's not just keep adding, okay? Because I know that we've got a staff that's working very hard, and sometimes it's too much. So we will work very hard over the next 3 years to just become experts in many of the things we do and still add on to the other things that we want. During my time, we have accomplished a lot. Life has also changed over the last 4 years. As you see behind me, hopefully, I showed up here with just a little butterball there, and now he's starting kindergarten. I don't know what I was thinking. So we also have a beautiful junior high daughter who started into her teenage years. So as my years go across, hopefully you will be seeing high school kids up here. I'm now having to wear glasses, and I see more gray, but I've never been happier. I want to thank my family, my wife Stephanie, and my daughter Emma, and my boy Jack, because there's a lot of sacrifices they must go through for me to do my job, and I thank them for their patience. The successes we have experienced, what we will experience in the future, are the result of the hard work of everybody in this room. So students, Parents, teachers, support staff, administrators, school board members, and the community at large, thank you for your continued support and leadership as we build a culture of excellence in the San Leandro Unified School District. So please join me in standing up and giving each of yourselves a round of applause for supporting the school district. Thank you. With that, we have refreshments in the lobby, and please join us so we can build community. Have a good evening. Go Warriors. And